Every Sunday morning, Margaret walked the winding path through Maplewood Park. The air was cool, the trees full of golden leaves, and the gravel crunched gently beneath her shoes. She wore a long wool coat and carried a tote with a thermos of coffee, 2 cups, and a folded blanket. The bench was always the same. Nestled under a towering maple tree near the pond, it was where the past and present met for her, a place soaked in memory. Today, like every Sunday, he was already there. Arthur. He sat slightly hunched forward, his hands resting quietly on his knees, staring out across the water. Margaret smiled as she approached. "Mind if I join you?" Arthur turned to her, blinking as if pulled out of a daydream, with a small smile, the recognition not quite there. Margaret unfolds a blanket, spreading it over her laps. She pours coffee into 2 small cups. "Oh, good morning." Arthur took the cup with both hands, his fingers trembling slightly. "Smells good." Arthur nodded, as if remembering something faint, a shadow of a flavor he once loved. Birds chirped in the distance. A gentle breeze rustled the fallen leaves. They sipped quietly. "Your favorite." A little strong, 2 sugars. The wind filled the silence between them. It's peaceful, comfortable. A flicker of recognition sparks across Arthur's face as he receives the warm cup. Arthur watches a young couple pass, their laughter a distant echo. Arthur turns to Margaret, his eyes reflecting a past he struggles to grasp. "I used to come here with someone, a woman, blonde, I think." Margaret responds gently, her words tinged with understanding. "Silver, these days." Arthur sighs, a hint of melancholy in his voice. "Time does that." A quiet revelation dawns in Arthur's eyes as he looks at Margaret. "You remind me of her." "I hear that sometimes," she said, her voice steady but filled with emotion. More silence. Arthur gazes at Margaret, a spark of recognition igniting in his eyes. A soft breeze blew, making the moment feel calm and peaceful. He looks closely at Margaret, hoping she'll recognize him. Arthur, hope and uncertainty in his voice, asks, "You said we've met before. Do we have a history?" Margaret's gaze meets Arthur's, her eyes mirroring a deep, untold story. With a tone of finality, Margaret answers, "Yes, a long one." Margaret hands Arthur a time-worn photo, a portal to a past filled with laughter and light. Arthur's eyes focus on the image, a reflection of their younger selves beaming back at him. Arthur, in disbelief, asks quietly, "That's us?" He doesn't know she's his wife, that they've been married for 62 years. Margaret confirms gently, "It is." "This park is nice, peaceful," he said. "You always said it was your favorite," she replied. Arthur stared out at the pond again. A moment passed, then another. Margaret reaches out and gently covers Arthur's hand with her own. Arthur looks at Margaret, confused. He asks, his voice tinged with uncertainty, "What was your name again?" Margaret responds, her tone gentle yet firm, "Margaret." Arthur, eyes filled with confusion, repeats, "Margaret. That's a nice name." Margaret responds with a gentle smile. "Thank you. You chose it well." She didn't explain, just sat with him, quiet, present, because love, when true, doesn't demand memory. It asks only for presence. Next Sunday, Maplewood Park awakens, a gentle breeze rustling through the trees. Ducks quack cheerfully by the pond, their calls echoing softly across the tranquil water. Arthur sits on a bench, a cup of coffee warming his hands as Margaret stands nearby. Sunlight dapples the ground, weaving patterns of light and shadow around them. Beside the serene lake, Margaret and Arthur share a comfortable silence. The coffee is gone, and the chill deepens. Margaret rises to her feet. Margaret helps Arthur stand, their figures briefly silhouetted against the soft sunlight filtering through the trees. "Will I see you again?" Arthur asks, his voice soft, hinting at a deeper longing. Margaret responds with a subtle smile. "Next Sunday." Same bench. He smiled, a little boyish. Arthur's heart lifts and he whispers, "I'd like that." And though she knew he wouldn't remember today, she also knew he would be there next week, and so would she, because real love doesn't wait to be remembered. It shows up every time.